Good evening and thanks for watching. I'm Melissa Curtis. Jazz Fest is wrapping up tonight with just a couple of hours left for music fans to soak it all in. After a week of ups and downs with the weather, the final day is ending on a high note. Kyron Naveau is live at the fairgrounds. Kyron, it looks like people are making the most of it. How's it going out there?
Hey Alyssa, how are you? Things are really great out here at the fairgrounds. I can't believe the amount of people out here we see. I can't believe it's officially not even sold out yet. There's so many people here at the fairgrounds for this last year Jazz Fest to really soak up this good weather. A lot of people told me they're just excited. You mentioned some of that bad weather we got earlier this week, and that was a big hiccup for a lot of people. So they're just excited to celebrate this last day, try out that crawfish Ronica, that crawfish bread, and just really everything that has to offer. But like I said, it's to really the crowd. See, let's show them all the people here. So many crowds here on the fairgrounds. Like we couldn't even get our parking spot because that's how many people are here. How are you guys? Happy Jazz Fest! And so a lot of people tell me they're just really excited. Right now, we're near the Congo stage where DJ Captain Charles is about to wrap up his set. And then right after that, Earth, Wind, and Fire will close out Jazz Fest right here at the Congo stage. But as we spent the entire afternoon on the fairgrounds, we talked to a lot of people on why they come up here. And that word we're hearing a lot is tradition. A lot of people say it's just, no matter if they're from the city or not, it's a tradition for them to come experience Jazz Fest and take a listen.
Jazz Fest, it's one of those many traditions that we have here in New Orleans, especially on the last Sunday. We know that it's always going to be a great closing act. So with me and my brother, my sister-in-law, Sunday is our annual date.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to take the stage here at the Congo stage any minute now. We also got Trombone Shorty over at the festival stage. He's going to close that out over there. And the festival will officially conclude for this year at 7 o'clock. Coming up tonight at the news at 10, we're actually going to hear more about the impact this festival has on our local vendors, especially those local artists, after that story tonight at 10. Well, for now, reporting live from the grounds, I'm Kyron Naveau. Back to you.
Thanks, Kyron. It looks like you're having a lot of fun and that sun is shining in your face. Here's a live look over the fairgrounds right now. It looks beautiful, especially after we had some rain. Let's turn things over to WWL Louisiana meteorologist Brooke Laser. Brooke, will it stick around as we start the work week?
You know, Alyssa, it has been an absolute glorious last 48 hours, and it does stick around a little while, but certainly we have storms on the way and a warming trend as well. So quite the robust outlook. This morning, believe it or not, on the North Shore, we started out in the 40s across most locations, and down towards Morgan City, Houma, and Belle Chase, it was the same thing. Now, a little bit warmer in the city, 55 at New Orleans International, 63 at the lakefront. And we actually broke a record that was set back in 1988. You'll notice that. So that was for a few spots, not MSY specifically, but the almanac showing 75 is our high. So we rose about 20 degrees with the high forecast, traditionally much warmer than this. Now, of course, in the sunlight and the high UV index, it felt a little bit warmer just if you were out there for an extended period, but not because of the humidity. So we'll continue with these 70s for just a bit longer. As the sun begins to set, of course, our temperatures will fall. You'll notice the dew point values are in the 40s, so they're very low. It's been extremely comfortable out there. Hopefully not too many festival goers leaving with a sunburn. We'll continue into the 60s overnight tonight, upper 50s for most spots on the South Shore. As you're waking up tomorrow, a little bit warmer on the South Shore than the North Shore, like always. And we are going to have some major changes by the middle of the week. So our storm chances return, and we could have a severe weather threat as well. We're already eyeing that slight risk across much of the area. But as we get into Thursday and Friday, even Saturday, some rain chances stick around, and then we'll be turning our attention to your forecast for Mother's Day, celebrating all the moms out there. So details on timing with that particular storm threat coming up here shortly.
Thanks, Brooke. A man on the North Shore has been arrested after a mother accused him of having an inappropriate relationship with her daughter, who's a minor. Police say 42-year-old Ori Mejia was booked into the St. Tammany Parish Jail Friday. The woman told them that 2 years ago she found messages between her daughter and Mejia on the daughter's phone. She reported it last year, but police say they didn't have enough to make an arrest at the time. Recently, the woman came forward with new information, and they were able to do so. Now, Mejia is facing a long list of charges, including sexual battery and indecent behavior with a juvenile. The Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office is asking for help to find these two suspects. They say yesterday afternoon, two men in a vehicle started shooting at another vehicle, then drove off. This happened near Stein Road and Old Baton Rouge Highway in Hammond. 2 cars were hit, but no injuries were reported. They believe this surveillance photo shows the 2 men, and they're asking anyone with information to report it to them. And a man hurt in a crash in Raceland 2 weeks ago has died of his injuries. State police say 73-year-old Walter Foran was riding on his motorcycle on Highway 308. As he rode past Triple Oaks Drive, a car was trying to make a left onto 308. The driver didn't yield to Foran and they crashed. Foran was taken to the hospital. Yesterday, state police were notified he had died. They say the crash is still being investigated. Early voting will resume tomorrow in Louisiana. In Orleans Parish, we've just learned more than 3,000 people came out for the first day yesterday, despite House races being suspended. Kyron Nouveau explains what you need to know before heading to the polls.
Early voting is underway across Louisiana, and in Orleans Parish, voters are turning out to make their voices heard. This comes after Governor Jeff Landry suspended the U.S. House races after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the state's congressional maps. That House race still remains on the ballot.
A lot of people are confused as it relates to the House race. They know that something was postponed, some thinking, like, well, what do I do? Do I still vote? We can't tell you if you should still vote or not.
Lisa Manning Bridges is the Registrar of Voters in Orleans Parish. She says the suspended races are drawing even more attention to this election.
I think I'm seeing more with the House race being suspended. I'm not sure why, but it's a lot busier at all the locations than we anticipated.
Even with those races on hold, voters still have a full ballot, including Senate races, judicial seats, and constitutional amendments.
This is one of the most important ways that we can participate in our democracy, in the governance of the people by the people.
This election also marks the first major vote under Louisiana's new semi-closed primary party system, meaning voters must choose a party before receiving a certain ballot.
That's not changing your party. That's only giving you the choice of which ballot you receive. So if you receive a Democrat ballot, you're only going to have Democratic candidates for any of the closed party races. Same thing on the Republican side. If you decide to vote no party, then you won't have those 5 races.
Even with the strong turnout, voters say the process has been quick. And for some, it's also a chance to pass on the importance of voting.
They have to learn that this is one of the most important and awesome responsibilities that we have as members of our community.
The suspension of Louisiana's House primaries is getting attention nationwide. This past week, the Supreme Court ruled the state's new congressional map was an unconstitutional gerrymander based on race. It created a second majority black district. On Thursday, Governor Jeff Landry signed an emergency order suspending the House elections in Louisiana. They'll stay suspended until the legislature can redraw the maps to comply with the ruling. The House elections are still on the ballot. Secretary of State Nancy Landry says the decision happened too late to change the machines. Votes cast for those races just won't count.
This decision vindicates a position that we took from the beginning that says that we shouldn't be sorting our voters by race. I think that continues to be true. This opinion reaffirms that principle.
Candidates and civil rights groups quickly filed lawsuits to suspend the order, but several, including one filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, have already been denied. The ACLU issued a statement yesterday. It said in part, quote, "The court has allowed Governor Landry to suspend part of an election already in progress and disenfranchise voters who have already cast their ballots." Taking a look at some of the other major races on the ballot, in Kenner, voters will elect a new mayor. Lafourche Parish residents will choose a new parish president. In Slidell, voters will decide races for police chief and city council seats.